Hello and welcome back to another tutorial about Warpath. And today I want to teach you how to get actually better. And I mean with better, like really better. There are a lot of suggestions you can use on troop settings and stuff like that. But actually that won't get you anywhere you probably want to be, because most of them are a majority of rules, but not a specific for your case and your playstyle considered real improvement. And what I want to show you today is a improvement in your specific playstyle. And there are a lot of playstyles. Overall, I have to say this game is pretty balanced, and therefore you don't have the need of some specific, exactly like that troop formation. Even mine, many of you guys or a lot of Facebook users commented about my playstyle. It is very slow, and it's very it's not very durable. It will probably get hit and wiped pretty fast. And overall, you are right. But actually, I have some formations which will improve my my battle survivability and also my damage dealing a lot. And it's not only done about troop formation, but also about the officers. But the troop formation and officers in battle I will show in another tutorial. Today I want to focus on how you can play. Overall, I have like a playstyle which is pretty slow, but it is a really huge hitter. But actually, how do you know how much damage you deal? So basically, what I want to show you today is a statistic comparison, or not comparison. It is like a we can take a look into my previous battles I had. It's been like, I don't know, a month ago. Yeah, something like a month ago is the last I have right now. I don't know why actually, because I had like, I don't know, 30 to 40 favorite battle reports, and actually don't delete them. If you competed in a battle, don't delete your battle reports, which I accidentally do, because I think they kind of swapped the delete read and take and read. I think they swapped those two icons, and I'm like always typing on the wrong button. I'm always typing on delete read and not on take and read. So I have only one battle report, which is my Twink account, my tutorial account actually, which you saw last episode. It was basically one shot. Of course, I needed some space because we built there, and it was basically one shot with my troop formation, which is no big thing, because my base is just 197k of health if it's full life, and therefore not very durable, not very sustainable. Bad Santa therefore is a very hefty hitter, and he dealt a lot of damage. As you can see, is 7.1 stars on all of his troops. He's using a very strange setting, which I am not completely agreeing in setup, because actually he could deal a lot more damage with nothing. Nothing in improvement on his troops itself, but he would get a lot of more damage if he would build right, as I can see in this battle report. This battle report actually is very, very delicious for you to analyze and to know where you can improve your troops. That's basically what I want to show you today. You can just type any of those battle reports, type on the player's name. Sometimes you have like battles where many more people compete, like this one, and those are so damn sweet, because actually you not only have, like, you can compare. Back in the days, EOB Hot Rod was like 10 million. John D. Blend is like 13 million back in the days, and I was like 8.59 million, something like that. And as you can see, I have like twice the damage of them. So I'm playing smart, you know. Playing smart in this game is giving you huge advantages over your enemies. And not just in like how fast you clear the troops, but also at how efficient you clear the troops. And we hit the base of BLC Captain Canuck back in the days. We did this with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 people in common. And as you can see, Hot Rod was using 2 artilleries and 1 anti-tank gun. His anti-tank gun did almost as much damage with as his artillery did. And this is pretty bad, because actually his artillery could deal a lot more damage, but I will show you why in another episode. Today I just want to show you how you can actually read those dates and improve your troops. So actually you can just compare to your comrades, what are they using, and just look on what they did. And not just your comrades, but also your enemies. It is also good to know where the weak points of your base are. Basically, all of those reports are pure gold, and not just because you can type them here and look at how much damage each of the units dealt and how much damage each unit received, but also you can just click like this guy here. You can click like this guy here. We can overlook his setup. Oh, he did like 1 million, 1.2 million damage, as I see. We can look at this guy, he dealt like 414k. We can look basically in every participant in these battles. Those damage received is not a real number, because actually most of the units aren't count. I don't know why, it's a bug in common in Warpath, but most of the units aren't count at the moment. So yeah, but just basically ignore that. I think there were some more guys dying, because a base with 19.1 million damage, as you can now look into your base under upgrades, type on the little eye icon on the left corner, you can now look into 19 million damage dealt. I think it's a level 30 stronghold, because a level 30 stronghold has like 21.95 million damage, and it might happen that his base was already hit. It could also be that it's a level 31 with 13.95 million, but I'm not sure about that. I think it's a little smaller fortress. I don't know exactly, but actually to see the enemy's fortress points as well is like a go. If he's in a truck mode, yeah, if he's in a truck mode, you can see how much power his truck has. This power is exactly what the base level is. So if he's 8.879 million power, it's a level 30 base. And I'm not sure right now, but we can look into it. Yeah, it doesn't cross with the might of the fortress itself. But actually, you can trust me in that point. It's always exactly the same number. 8.879 million is every level 30 truck. Every single one. It's not a level 30 truck with a higher power or lower power. I never seen that. Those are the small things nobody's looking, but they are crucial. They give you some details about your enemy before he deploys, before you engage him. Those are crucial, because you can then decide whether to engage him or whether to just airport out of the shit and go somewhere else and fight somewhere else. But to gain more power, you can always look into your setup and just try to hit a enemy. Maybe stop your time, like give yourself 1 or 2 minutes or something like that. As you can see, I am always, or not always, but I'm mostly on top of the damage dealt list, which is due to my high-level artillery, of course, but also I'm using them the correct way. There are several formations which are leading to getting a much higher damage input than output. Actually, you can do so many things wrong, but those things are important to learn, and I will cover them in future tutorials as well. I will cover more about troop formations in battle. I will cover more about troop formations out battle. Actually, we can just take a look. Right now, I'm fighting with my ATG anti-tank gun. I'm fighting with my artillery mouse prototype, which is actually a super heavy tank. I'm fighting with a MP40 troop and a 8.8 pack 43, but actually this slot is like a exchangeable slot, and I will most likely change the MP40 and the 8.8 centimeter for a light and or medium tank. I think Germans only have medium. I will probably go for a medium and tank hunter, because actually you have to look into the divisions. They will give you at some point, they will give you a benefit if you have 4 or more units of the same division in the slot, in the loadout. You get 15% more damage and damage resistance if you have 4 times the units of, in that case, the Germans, or in that case the United States, or in that case the Soviet Union. You will have on every of these guys, you will have like the 15% damage buff increase, but only if you have 4 troops or more included. I won't go for 5 troops because actually Germans don't have a artillery, which is pretty sad, because at the moment artillery is something like the only thing which will protect you from attacks. I will tell you why in another tutorial, of course, because this would be like a 1-hour video. It's just too long. So yeah, I will show you in the next tutorial. I will probably show you how you attack actually a base and deal damage. I will show you how to formate your troops regarding a attack to the base. And all that kind of stuff, how you get more damage into your artillery and into your troops for base attacks. Because what I saw a lot of times is like also about the in the battle reports, I saw a lot of bullshit like this one dealing 32.4k because he was just using a heavy tank. Like this guy just attacking with his mouse, but not even receiving damage, because actually if he would be the bullet sponge for all of our troops, he would have a lot of received damage, but he was only dealing damage, which means he came into the battle in the later games, if you want like that. This guy was using an ATG and a tank hunter, yes. I think it's Pershing. It's like 121k, yeah, and 121k is compared to my setup with, yeah, as you can probably guess, I dealt the most damage, 11.2 million. The next best was 274k. We attacked the base with 12.1 million damage in its whole, with 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 guys, me included. So I was with 8 other guys and I dealt 11.2 million, and the 8 other guys dealt like 1 million, not even 1 million. They dealt like 900k damage, which is pretty darn sad, because everyone was using like a super heavy, not receiving damage, just dealing damage, just receiving damage, and so on and so forth. I was dealing only the damage. I'm not sure who received the whole damage. Oh yeah, that guy received like 252k. It might be that he was the only bullet sponge at the moment. I think that's, yeah, I think I dealt the 11 million damage in that time before he could even destroy his troops. Because no, he lost 12 reserves, so I think he was losing a lot of his troops here on the tank hunters or heavy tanks or whatever this is. I can see it from here right now. BlueStacks is a little bit of small on my device. So yeah, but basically you get the clue. Just go with your squad, attack some dudes. Look into the statistics, they are crucial for your further improvements. Try to figure out what is your best overall setup. What is it like? You can play slow but heavy and dealing a lot of damage. But also, if you receive damage, you cannot escape. That means like if your enemy is pushing you with like light, medium, or tank hunters or something like that, they are pretty fast and you cannot escape from them that easy, which means that your troops will most likely get killed. You can improve them in the modifications tab in your troops. Like I haven't done a lot of I haven't put a lot of components into my units, like the ATG and my mouse and my infantry. Like my infantry is nothing. So is my ATG, my little one. I put a few of them in my mouse because I want it to be a little more sustainable for receiving damage. And I put mostly of them in my ATG, into my artillery. I'm sorry, into my artillery. Here are like 107,000 components into this one. It's almost maxed, as you can see. Level 8 is 2.5k components. I think level 9 is 5,000. I'm not sure right now. Have to look into it further. But I have came to a stop here at the moment because Warpath made it impossible, almost impossible to gain components. You only get 20 of them in the chest, in the red chest. You get 20 components, which is like nothing if you compare it to the 107k I put into it. Yeah, and maybe you see the bugs from BlueStacks at the moment. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, but anyway, I hope you get the clue. Just try to play your style. Like, I think infantry is a very fast unit in common. It's a pretty sustainable, which is also the reason why I'm using them right now. They are not in this mode, but they can go in bunker, and in bunker mode they are pretty good hold up. Because actually they have a lot of defense and they count as a structure in bunker mode, which makes it impossible for tanks to deal a lot of damage. Only artilleries, and the most important is rocket launchers. Rocket launchers against infantry, against artillery, against anti-tank guns. If they hit you once, you will most likely have no chance to hit them again. Rockets versus everything that contains infantry is ridiculously overpowered and is very strong. But if you have an artillery, you have more range than the rocket launcher, and you also have a like half of the loading time, half of the reload time of the rocket launcher. Not the reload time itself, but the load time, the first load time. I think the rocket launcher has the first load time is 8 seconds, and the second one is then 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds each shot. I'm not sure, I threw them away because 8 seconds is too much for me to wait. They don't deal that amount of damage against bases, in my opinion. It might happen that some guy has a better setup than me, but I haven't found one at the moment, so yeah. But it depends on your playstyle. All of the troop setting, all of the component setting, all of your formation, all of your playstyle itself depends on your playstyle. You can go for a very fast, or you can go on a very slow but heavy hitting. Also, the fast hitting has like the opportunity to go and strike a target and then recall it just to heal it, then strike again, then recall, strike again. And if you have 2 slots, you can just exchange them. If one is attacking, the other is healing, and then just exchange. The one attacking is going back and healing, the healing one is going and attacking. You can just exchange back and forth and attack your enemies continuously with multiple slots. If you think they have not much of a health bar, it is not exactly true, because like my artillery is at 580k, 585k, every unit below 500k is dealing almost no damage to it. It's ridiculous. Like, you have infantry, you have tanks hitting by artillery. They just think, hey, is there something? Because in the components, which I will show you further, because actually if you're looking into components, you also have to look into attributes. I will cover all of this in a separate. Maybe I will take this as the next tutorial. I think that's the most that makes sense at the moment, because getting your troops better is more important than actual setups in formations. Having a good defense is, in my opinion, the best thing. Because having no enemies hitting you is like a 6 in a lotto, you know. If they can't do anything against you, you are doing good. You're safe 24/7. You can go sleep and just don't give a shit. So I will cover this in the next setup, in the next tutorial, the whole setup stuff and maybe even some officer stuff, but we will look into it. So anyway, there is no bad setup. You have just your personal preferences and just go for them, aim for them, and play smart. I thank you for watching this tutorial, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.